there you are. Growing up in Barbados,
Yes,
and at the age of 12, you came back to us.
yes.
What
Funny enough, when I came back, it was like a culture shock, even
was
though I
it?
was born here.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
And where did you come back to when you came back?
Believe it or not, and I have to say it this way, the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice. Although it's a bit
yeah.
of a culture shock from
Yeah, yeah,
Barbados.
the buildings is what got to me, and
Yeah.
I'm looking at them, and the cold first it was in the January,
Oh,
and the cold, man. I thought, oh, I can't deal with this.
yeah, yeah. And did you come back to family here then?
Yeah, my mom and
Your
dad,
mum and dad.
they brought us back. They were here, yeah. So
Nice.
came back to live with them,
So
me and my younger
back
brother.
unified the family,
Huh?
brought the family back together again.
Yeah,
Oh,
me and my
nice.
younger brother, and also my big brother. He came over as well from Barbados.
Oh, that's nice.
So he actually lives in Reading now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather be in Barbados, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
and one brother stayed in Barbados.
Yeah.
He did not come.
No.
So he looked after our aunt or grandmother till the day they died, really.
Yeah.
He was in the defense force,
Yeah.
you know. So, and he's traveled more than us.
Yeah. Yeah. And what did your folks do then? What did your mum and dad do when they went here?
Well, my mum actually used to manage houses. My father was a design carpenter.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So they had a good life here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
yeah,
and
yeah.
obviously I'm assuming their financial position improved.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they could have you back.
Eventually, yeah.
They can have you back. So how did you do at school? How was school for
At
you?
school, again, the first day I went to school here, I had a fight.
Yeah.
And funny enough, the guy I had the fight with in 1970, late 72, that guy is still my friend today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And what was the fight about? Can you remember?
Because, yeah, I'll never forget it, because I heard the teacher asked him something, and the way he answered the teacher,
Yeah.
I had never heard nobody speak to an adult like that before.
Well, you'd have got
Yeah.
clip,
So I said to him, "You can't speak to the teacher like that," and me and him ended up fighting.
Wow. Wow. And did you find did you suffer because of the change in discipline? Do you think it affected you?
In a way, it did, because the way I saw things growing up in Barbados, I believe Barbados growing up there, it prepared me
Yeah.
to live in England.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of the way a lot of young black people would think at the time, I don't think like that.
Yeah.
You see? Now, funny, the weirdest thing is I've heard one other person say that, like me, so far.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's Kemi Badenoch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah? So, discipline and respect for your elders, and, for instance, I'll give a classic example. In the cab trade, there was a gentleman called Mr. Ruff, Stanley Ruff. Okay? And he used to organize and run the Taxi Driver of the Year show.
Okay.
Now, that man, I would never call him by his first name. I would always say Mr. Ruff. And he would say to me, "You can call me Stanley." Well, I grew up in a way where you were told you always respect your elders.
Yeah. Yeah. And I bet you still do it now.
Oh, yeah, I
you?
still
I bet
do
you
it
still
now.
call
And
people Mr. and
I've even
and
told
Mrs.
him he would die and never hear me call him by his first name. And he's still alive. He's in his 80s, and I still call him Mr. Ruff.
Why? Let's be philosophical for a minute. Why do you think that the discipline and the because there must be the discipline in black families must be the same in the UK.
Well, it used to be.
Okay.
Until the government got involved.
Right. And you think, okay.
When they said, "Oh, a child can call the police on their parents," and and I think a lot of it,
yeah,
this whole case of people have grown up thinking and treating children as their friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I love my children, but they're not my friends.
Do you know what?
They're my children.
Do you know what? I feel that because I've got friends that again they treat their children like friends, and for me,
No.
it's not my job to win a popularity contest.
No.
It's to raise them
Yeah.
and make sure they don't rob, kill,
Exactly.
mug, you know what I mean, anybody, you know, and make them
Exactly.
useful humans.
And every one of my children are doing something with their life.
I mean, I let you in the door. You're a
Yeah.
big chap. I imagine they do as they're told.
Yeah, well, yeah, but even now as big people, you talk to them with respect,
Yeah.
but there's a point we don't go beyond. So,
It's the
yeah.
same as with a much bigger man.
yeah.
There's a line I don't go. Yeah,
No.
you know.
So me and them are not going to argue.
Yeah.
We never grow together.
Yeah,
You know, they will never be as old as me.
yeah.
You know,
Do you socialise with your friends, with your kids? Just
Yeah.
in times you go out for a pint with them and
maybe not too much because that's another thing.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't think I should be in the same party and think as yeah.
you know what?
But it happens
No,
sometimes.
me too, man.
Yeah.
Right, me too. And the reason is because when they turned 18, right, they thought I was done teaching,
Yeah,
and we weren't, were we? Like
no.
any crisis happened when they're 30. Where they
So
come
even
in?
now,
Yeah.
it's the same thing.
Where they come in? They're coming
You know?
to dad, aren't they?
Of course, you know, it's the same thing, as big as they are. So I grew up in Barbados with my grandmother saying, "You will never be as old as me."
Yeah.
Is when I got bigger, I realized what she meant.
And I'd argue that in England, you know, now we put all our old people in homes,
Uh-huh.
that the respect and the wisdom that the
Yeah,
old
that's
used to
another
bring
thing. You don't get that
is-
much.
is
No.
gone. There's a disconnect between the
Yeah.
very young and the very old.
True. True.
And I think in Indian families, in West Indian families, in African families,
Yeah.
it seems tighter
It is.
than it is in
It is,
white
because-
Western families.
Because family is everything.
Yeah.
You know? You all right, as they get bigger, you may not live together.
Yeah.
Anything, you know, 'cause my kids all got their own,
Yeah.
doing their own thing, got their own families,
Yes.
you know. Pardon me. But at the same time, I am still here. So when they want, you know, every now and then, like I have one of my sons, you know, he's a designer.
Yeah.
And he makes sustainable furniture.
Wow.
Yeah. I have another son, he's working on HS2.
So how many kids have you got?
I have 7 altogether.
7, and girl boy split.
4 girls, 3 boys.
Wow. And you got one
And-
working on HS2, one
Yeah.
a designer. Wow.
My youngest son is a painter and decorator.
Nice.
One of my daughters actually coaches kids in football.
Nice.
One is a teacher.
Wow.
One designs her own fashion, her own clothes. You know, she teaches people how to customize their old clothes instead of throw them away.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I have another daughter that works sometimes, like she wants to go back now, and it's more like mental health kind
Yeah.
of thing, like, yeah. But she wants to go back and work in the NHS, she said. So
Wow.
they're all doing something.
And that's it, innit? And you know,
Yeah.
it's like it doesn't really matter what they're doing, does it? As long as they're happy, and as long as it's summer, and as long as they
Yeah.
appreciate hard work and money,
True.
and earning the pennies.
And you see, I'm all right. So many people can't see me now; they can only hear me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've had my dreadlocks from the age of 14 years old. I'm 65 now. I've never been without a job since the age of 16.
Yeah.
I've always been doing something. All right. And I haven't had to change how I look to do it. I've not compromised anyway.
Yeah.
But I've done what I've done, yeah? Okay. I've never been to prison.
Yeah.
All right? Yeah, I've been stopped by the police. I've spent a night or 2 in a jail cell.
I would imagine there were times when
Yeah,
the
but
police
those
were a
were the
little
times.
bit.
Yeah?
You know, they were gonna stop
All
you,
right.
weren't they? Because they were
Yeah.
because they were buggers. You know.
You know, I have friends that's been there. I have friends that have died, you know, and not naturally.
Yeah.
You know, but I have always kept myself above it.
And that's not easy.
No.
That's not
I've
easy.
always done that because of how I've done things.
Yeah. To keep
You know?
your head when everybody else
Yes.
is losing theirs.
But I always made sure I had something to do.
Yeah.
I can even remember being in a police raid where we lived once. The police raid where we lived once. When I was, this was when? Jeez. About 1989, something like that.
Yeah.
And I remember when I walked through the door, they grabbed me.
Yeah.
And I remember next policeman said, no, he's one of the good ones. I was just coming from college.
Yeah.
Even though I lived in that environment.
Yeah.
But I never got involved in it.
Unfortunately, there was a lot of guilty by association, wasn't there, in
Exactly.
the 70s and the 80s? The police were far from perfect. And thankfully the sus laws went away a little bit. I'm not saying it's perfect, because if you're a young black kid driving a nice car, statistically you're more likely to get pulled over.
It was the sus law then. It's stop and search now. They've only modified the name.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still the same thing.
But you stayed above the fray.
Yeah.
And when did the taxiing start?
Okay,
That's what we're here to talk about.
So here's the other thing. Where we lived, we just used to hang about, you know, as you do.
Yeah.
Back then. And I remember they used to have an old white guy lived on the estate that drove a black cab.
Yeah.
And sometimes he'd pass by and he would, "Why you lot find something to bloody do?" You know, we'd...
Yeah.
And one day I was passing his cab, and I saw a picture of an Indian guru on his dashboard.
Okay.
With a big afro. I thought, oh. And the next time I saw him, I said to him, "How do I get to do what you do?" And he asked me if I really want to do it.
Yeah.
I said, "Yeah, I'll try it." And he said, "If you want to try it, go away." I said, "No, I'll do it." He says, "I'll tell you where to go, but if you ever give up, don't ever speak to me again," he said. Right. Yeah. I'll never forget that. And then the weirdest thing was, after speaking to him, I went out to Clapham Junction and I saw a black guy in a cab, sitting down playing his guitar.
Yeah.
And I went to him, I said, "Oh," he said, "Yeah." And he told me who to go and see, this guy in Clapham.
Yeah.
By name Mr. Eldon.
Right.
And he actually ran a knowledge school.
Oh.
And he was out, he was in the Air Force. He's part of the West Indian Ex-Servicemen Association.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went and saw him and he told me what to do and I applied.
When was that?
1990.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you'd have been about what?
Oh God. I was about 33, 32 or something like that.
Yeah.
I can't remember really.
Yeah,
but
so not a young
30s.
man, but not an old man by any stretch.
Yeah. And I remember applying and they refused me.
Okay.
Because I had a conviction for marijuana.
Okay.
So they refused me. But I appealed it.
Yeah.
Back then, you appeal it, you had to go to Scotland Yard.
Okay.
And sit in front, I think it was like the assistant commissioner. I remember going there. He asked me, he said, "Why should we let you drive a London black cab?"
Yeah.
So I said to him, "Well, it's called a cab and I am black." and he asked me to leave the room. Yeah, but they brought me back in and he said to me, "Mr. Connell, making comments like that will get you nowhere in here," he said.
Yeah.
So I said, "Sorry, sir."
Did you was that a common problem when you were younger? A little bit of a slippy mouth?
Yeah, you say things. I thought I was making a joke about myself.
Yeah.
But it backfired.
Yeah.
Yeah. And in the end, I remember him saying, "You've been out of trouble for 3 years. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt."
Nice.
And then he gave me a stern warning. And he said, "I will allow you to proceed."
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember then, back then, going for my first test, and I had all my locks out, tied behind my back, everything, in my suit and tie. And I go there and the examiner is sitting in front, he looks at me and he went, bloody hell. He went, so what are you then? He goes, are you meant to be a Rastafari? And I said, yes, sir. He went, you look disgusting. I went, yes, sir. Because I'd already realized he's testing your temperament.
Yeah.
Because what they're saying is, if I had reacted to him, well, how are you going to react to a passenger who says something to you, yeah?
Which I'm sure they do, and we'll get onto.
Right. So I had already worked it out from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I just say, yes, sir. And he goes, go on, sit down then. You know, and he did what he did. I left. Yeah, this went on for a good while, about 3 years, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Took me 3 years, 2 months.
Wow.
Mm.
And part of the being a black cab driver, famously, is the knowledge.
That's right.
And I remember reading a scientific study somewhere that something in the cabbie's brain
the
changes.
hippocampus, they say.
With the you know, they can spot it on a CT scan, can't they?
Of course. You see, the one thing about the knowledge.
Yep.
Anyone can do the knowledge.
Okay.
Whether you have dyslexia, anything like that, you can do the knowledge. Okay? The confidence it gives you.
Yeah.
And especially for women.
Yeah.
Yeah? It gives them that confidence and once they've done it. And believe it or not, it's one of these trades. If she has children, she never needs a babysitter again.
No.
Yeah? So it makes people realize they can do anything they want to. I know guys that's been on to become opticians and still have their badge.
Yeah.
I know one young man right now that during the lockdown.
So you think it makes their brain better?
Of course.
So even if they don't end up cabbying, then they use that.
But the beauty of it is
for something better.
Yeah.
For them.
The beauty of it is you've got that badge for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
As long as you're medically
they
fit.
can't. It's tenure. It's forever, is it?
Oh yeah. As long as you're medically fit and you meet the requirements and you don't go and do anything silly and lose it, you can stop, go and do something else, come back to it. You have people that do that now.
Yeah.
Firemen do it.
Yeah.
Policemen do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Soldiers. You know, they so you have people that live abroad and they go away for a while and come back to the cab.
Yeah.
It's the only trade I believe in this country.
And then when you get to the point where you're getting a bit older, I guess that's when you retreat out to the airport and stay out the city and
me.
Earn a little bit like Stingo as well, our mutual friend. You know.
Yeah, like me.
You know, but it's pocket money, isn't it?
But not only that, a lot of what they've done to the streets, this 20 miles an hour, for instance.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not careful, you can lose your license in a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what a lot of things, I personally say, all of these cameras that do you, the cameras do you, but the cameras don't see the reason why you did it. You see what I'm saying to you?
Well, because of course, in the old days, the cabbie used to get the benefit of the doubt.
If the policeman stop you, you could explain it. Now you can't explain yourself to a camera.
And the benefit of the doubt's gone, hasn't it?
It's gone.
Which you were trusted by the police, weren't you? Because you were an extra pair of eyes. If you see an incident,
exactly,
it's the cabbie at midnight that's likely to see it.
You know, so the way we're treated at the moment, well, why would any cabbie want to really do all of that now?
Well, it's not the same, is it?
It's not the same thing.
It's not.
No,
there's not the money.
You know, I used to feel proud, especially when I go after I got my badge.
Yep.
And I started going back to Barbados now, literally every year. I used to feel proud going through the airport in Barbados and they would see my cab license.
Yep.
And on it said, licensed by the Metropolitan Police.
Yeah. It meant something
to you. It meant something.
There was pride.
Yeah, it meant something. Now it says licensed by TFL. To me it means nothing.
And you mentioned women actually.
Yeah.
I don't know, I've not looked into the statistics, but of the black cabbies in and around London.
Yeah.
Do you know what percentage of women, or roughly?
Me personally, I know there are plenty of women drive. When it comes to percentages and things like that, I'm the kind of man. There are women driving there. I am actually teaching quite a few now.
Yeah, and that's I mean, all I was because society's equaling out. We've got plumbers, electricians, and cab driving. I would assume would go the same way.
Yeah, you see, the main thing is you have got to commit yourself to the knowledge.
Yeah.
It's the only way you're going to get in one of these cabs.
And how long does it take to be ready for the knowledge test?
Depends on the individual.
Okay.
If you truly want that, you will work, and it can take you 3 years, maybe a bit over.
Wow, that long. Wow.
Yes, but check it. How long does some people go to university for?
Yes, and my partner's an architect. She did 7 years.
Okay, but some people go same 3-4 years. They leave. Sometimes they do not find a job in what they studied.
Yeah.
Okay, they end up in debt. Yeah. The knowledge is no different. You study same way.
Yeah.
It may take you 3 years, depending on yourself.
Yeah.
But once you're finished and you're given that badge, you can go to work the same day.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to go having any interviews, but you got to do the studying to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. And so you've driven a cab for the best part of 30 odd years.
30 years now.
30 years. You must have some tales to tell.
Oh,
you
God.
must have some stories. Pick me one.
All right.
From anywhere, like
this one.
Go on.
I was one night. I was really many years ago. Yeah, I was really tired, and I want to go home.
Yeah.
And it taught me a lesson. From then on, I never did it. Look, in the cab trade, if you want to go home, don't care where you are, turn your light off and go home.
Yeah.
Don't keep it on looking for one more. Because the likelihood is sod's law, you'll end up going the opposite way.
Yeah.
Right? So, this happened to me one night, and a lady stopped me, and I thought, oh my God, all right. And she said, Dulwich. And I said, well, brilliant, because I lived in Battersea at the time.
Yeah.
So it wasn't too driven off. She's in back. I don't know what she was doing, but she quiet. Yeah. But I was tired. Heard nothing from this lady. It's only when I got home and was parking the cab, I realized she was still in the back of the cab. I'd forgotten about it. Yeah, so I said to her, I just actually went, bloody hell, lover says, why didn't you say something to me? She goes, oh, I thought you was taking a shortcut. I says, but surely you can see I'm nowhere near Dulwich. I had to end up now taking her to Dulwich for nothing, basically, because I couldn't charge her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah, I took her and dropped her off.
That's quite funny.
And then only just before Christmas. This actually was a darker one. I'm coming along near Imperial Wharf, Chelsea Harbour.
Yeah.
There's a Chinese guy, yeah. He's rushed from the bus stop and he stopped me. So stopped, picked him up. And he said to me, oh, driver, you've saved my life. I said, okay, why? What have I done? He said, didn't I see the two guys at the bus stop have him at knife point? I said, no, I didn't even notice them. But once he puts his hand up to stop me, they ran off.
Ah, right, okay.
Yeah. So I dropped him off. And this to me was a good one I had, again, early last year. And to me, I don't think this should be happening. But, okay, so they had, what this mirror does, shuts off London for these bike rides.
Yep.
Okay? Which to me, should not happen. Because you're bringing a whole city to halt.
Yeah.
Literally, for people to ride a bicycle through the streets of London. All right. You're causing problems with the airport, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Picks a lady up, just came from America. She's got 3 big suitcases. She's coming here in transit, yeah, because she's getting married to an Englishman.
Yeah.
All right. Bring her in. I tell her, explain to her what's going on. She's going to a hotel in Northumberland Avenue. We cannot get nowhere near the hotel because all around the center of London is locked off.
Yeah.
Right. The police are now telling me she's going to have to walk. I says, officer, she doesn't know where she's going.
Yeah.
She doesn't live here. You're asking me now to put this lady out with 3 big suitcases and tell her to walk. I said, what do you expect me to... No. This police officer actually got angry with me.
Yeah.
So I could see the change with the police officer now. So I said, you know what? I said to the lady, you know what? I better move. Now the lady then said to me, I'm really not impressed with your police officers and how he was treated just now. So I apologized to her. I eventually had to drive my cab, park it by the London Eye on a taxi rank, get out with that lady and her suitcases, and me and her got on the train together. Okay? And I walked, and then we had to walk once we come out of Embankment Station.
Yeah.
And I walked with her to the hotel.
What a legend.
Yeah, and I explained to them where they said to me, look, just go and have a rest and have a coffee and thing in the lounge, whatever.
Yeah.
And if I want something to eat there, I said, well, I'm okay. So I did that, and then I took a cool walk back over Hungerford Bridge.
Yeah.
Back to my cab.
Yeah.
But to me, that should not be happening.
Yeah. I mean, Jet, they say if you want to gauge opinion, you talk to a taxi driver.
Yeah, that should not be happening.
And I'm guessing your opinion on Sadiq Khan and the mayor and the city is, I'm guessing it's not great.
I have no time for the man.
Yeah.
Okay? I'll say anywhere, he does not speak for me, he does not represent me.
Yeah.
Okay? I'm not into this victimhood thing he keeps playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the next thing here, it's going to be terrible for minorities. No, speak for yourself.
Yeah, it is, but there is a lot of that in UK media, isn't there? The idea that they're almost harbour the victimhood. You know what I mean?
Of course,
and create
look,
it.
My argument. You see, people. I'm a man. Ever since I did the knowledge, as I said, I haven't had to change anything.
Yeah.
I am still the same, literally, but I believe in history.
Yeah.
Okay. People do not deal with history. So they tend to get caught up in a lot of the madness that is being put about right now. So for instance, here we have him as the mayor. My argument is, you have every kind of festival in Trafalgar Square. Okay? But then you say, oh no, you can't celebrate St. George's Day, which is something that belongs to the indigenous people of the land. Yeah. All right. So you have every other festival, but then he says no. And you start talking about racist or whatever. Well, a classic example, the Notting Hill Carnival. When that started out, it started out mainly black people.
Yeah.
It's black culture, everything. Over the years, it has evolved.
Yeah.
It is the biggest thing now in Europe. Okay? All types of people come there. They sell their food, whatever. It is a gathering for 2 days where all types of people go, even though it is of black culture.
Yeah.
So don't he think if you allowed St. George's Day to be celebrated here, if my grandchild look at me and say to me, oh, granddad, what's St. George's Day? We can celebrate it in our own way.
Yeah.
But those same people you talk about with the flag flying and what you want to call racist, they'll be the minority.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But what you've done is you literally, to me, you're promoting disharmony,
And
not
they
harmony.
paint everybody with the same
Yeah.
brush. Oh, they're white, they must
Yeah.
be racist.
Yeah.
You know.
And that shouldn't be done.
And there's for me, you know, I'm only a comedian. I'm not going to set the world to rights, but there's definitely like my partner's mixed race. She's from Sudan. She's half English, half Sudanese.
Yeah.
And I was guilty as a white person of thinking we turned a corner with racism, but it's still very much there.
Yeah. And you see, my argument is, well, as Rasta would say, we stand against all oppressor, black or white.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Right is right and wrong is wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should make you mayor. Have you got a spare 5 years? You got a spare 5 years?
Oh dear. I'll tell you, if I had to do that job, they would have to give me, what's the word, anonymity to do what I because all of this stuff there he's doing. For instance, you take now the ULEZ, okay? You come and you say, oh no, people have to pay to drive in their cars if they're over a certain age.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're the ones you save pollution. But if I pay you, I can drive it.
Yeah.
Well, how does that £12.50 change the pollution coming out of my car?
It doesn't. It just goes towards something else. It's just a stealth tax on the poor, isn't it?
And that's why everyone should have kept their cars.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what you do is call his bluff.
Yeah.
You pay I know everybody might not have it, but you pay the £12.50 and let's see how long he would take before he say, you know what? No, let's ban these cars or are you going to keep taking the money?
Yeah. That makes sense. So we'll end the podcast. We've done 30 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So we'll end the podcast with a couple of quick things, right? Is that how does the future look for the Black Cab in London?
You know what? I am one of those people. I'm optimistic about it. Yeah. Personally,
I mean, it's protected now, isn't it? As a
well, yeah, by the laws of Parliament, and this has been going since 1625.
Yeah.
It is the oldest form of public transport in the world. Driving a taxi has been a profession now for 400 years, since 1636 when Charles I signed that proclamation.
Yeah.
Yeah? This is an institution of this country, and it should be treated that way.
I agree.
Which this mayor does not treat it that way.
I agree. I think it's something that's synonymous with the UK. If you mention the UK anywhere in the world, fish and chips, Black Cab.
We had our rights 60 years or so before the City of London.
Yeah.
Who got their freedom and their rights in 1694.
Yeah. So we're optimistic. We think there'll be Black Cabbies in another 400 years.
At the moment, I personally have already done one along with what we call the London Taxi PR. Yeah, done a job fair at Millwall.
Yeah,
that was last month. There's another 2 to go.
Yeah.
So hopefully, even if I get 2 people to do because I'm teaching a lot of people the knowledge now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I intend to carry on.
Good. And who's the most famous person you've had in the back of your cab?
Oh, I know. I've carried Timothy Dalton.
That's pretty fair. That's James Bond.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I carried Judge Rinder the other day.
Oh, yeah, I mean, James Bond's still the best.
Yeah. Who else? Oh, I'll tell you my best thing, really.
Go on.
Right. Was doing the 1 year we did the drive for the underprivileged children. Cause taxis do that every year. Right. And it was to take them to Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
That's when the Queen was alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they had the garden party out the back for all the kids. That was good.
That was good.
Yeah, so I met the Queen then, Prince Philip, Prince Edward, Sophie,
Nice.
Yeah, it was good that day.
It was good.
Yeah, they brought all the cabs into the palace.
Yeah.
You see, the black cab is part and parcel of London.
It is. I agree.
Yeah.
And it should be looked after.
Yes.
And, long live people like yourself teaching more drivers. What I do is, to finish the podcast, Courtney, is I really like sandwiches. Okay. They're my favourite food, right? And I'm giving you 2 pieces of bread, and you can put your favouriteest thing in the world in the middle of that. What would it be?
Peanut butter.
Really? Peanut butter sandwich for Courtney. That's awesome, man. Courtney Connell, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you very much. You're welcome, my man. Oh, wow.